Anyways, what's up, YouTube? It's your girl Nat in the building. Yeah, so I've been gone for a while. I actually had a video recorded, and the only reason I didn't post it is because I just felt like it was all over the place. And since then, a lot has happened as well. So I'm just gonna do a young sit down. I hope you guys don't mind me sitting and talking. Let me just show you all the weather outside also, so you can see why I'm not up and about right now. As you guys can see, it's pouring outside. It's actually way darker. My phone is just picking up light, but look at that. Look at the lightning. But yeah, anyways, so yeah guys, a lot has happened since the last time that I have filmed the video, right? So I actually had moved into a place. I found a roommate. She's a great person. She's got a 10-year-old daughter, I think, around that age. I didn't really ask too much because, I mean, that's not really my business. But since then, we've had to move again. And it's because, I hope you're clutching your pearls for this one. The landlord that we were renting from was actually in debt by like 78,000. So we were having issues with the electricity, and she was just infringing our human rights, and it was just the whole thing. Lawyers were involved, and yeah, we just thought, you know what, we just need to move. And we found a place. It's still in the same area, about 10 minutes out from where we were, and we're much happier now. And you know, like when you just walk into a place and you can just feel the energy is way different. it just feels warm. It feels just great compared to where we were before. You know what, I'm always grateful to have a roof over my head, you know, to have food to eat, you know, a job, and you know, just anything and everything that God has blessed me with. So yeah, a lot has happened since then. We're settled in now. There's still a couple of things that I need to do just to be fully settled, but those are things that are not really that important. But yeah, all I can say is, you know, at least I have a place to lay my head at night, and for that I couldn't be more grateful. Also guys, I don't know if you noticed, but the quality is different because I got a new phone. So the other phone that I was using, I was going to use it for YouTube. It's just that right now I don't feel like putting the phone on to record this video because it's not going to be that much of a lengthy video for me to actually do that. And also, shout out, Robin has finally joined YouTube, guys. And you know what? I love that her and I can encourage each other to do this content creation. Because if we're not going to do it, like, who else is going to do it? Like, yeah, I'm really just proud of her because, yeah, if you guys know, Robin's not really a big talker. And the fact that she actually put out a whole YouTube video, and mind you, it's great quality, and you just get to see like a day in her life. And yeah, I'm really so proud of her. So if you haven't, please go and subscribe to her. If you haven't subscribed to me, please go and do so. I'm trying to be more consistent, guys. I really am going to be trying. Seeing now that my life has actually been changing a lot. Like I said, I got a new phone. I just got the iPhone 13. Telkom has an online special right now. And yeah, guys, like, I'm not going to lie, like, moving out and just being on your own is quite stressful, but it does come with a peace that's completely unmatched to anything that you'll experience, you know. It's so nice to just not have to answer to anybody, and you know, just come home and you already know that you get to create your life and what you want for yourself. You get to pick and choose whose energy you're allowing into your life, and I think that's the beauty of it all. And I mean, you always have that that opportunity to just create life as you see, but it's not always easy, especially when you have people that you kind of have to be mindful of, you know. So yeah, life is good right now, guys. Like I said, we're learning, we're just experiencing a whole lot, but it's good. Hope you guys are all good. I'm just trying to, oh yeah, what else am I missing? You know, guys, I think also in terms of, you know, what we're learning, and you know, just in terms of your mindset, your spirituality, like I've been learning to let a lot of things go. There's a lot of stuff that I still have to like kind of like confront or deal with before I can completely let something go. But I'm just grateful for how far God has brought me, because I'll always say that God will never take you somewhere if he didn't have a plan for you, if this was not part of your plan, if you didn't believe that you could do it. And I feel like sometimes we doubt ourselves more than God ever could. I don't think God will ever doubt us, because like I said, he knows why he brought us here. And for that, it brings me to a point of just being grateful no matter what. Because how can you not be grateful? You wake up, and yes, sometimes you look at yourself like, oh, I wish I had what that person has. But the fact that you have anything at all, there's always someone out there that will look at you and be like, oh, I wish I had what she had. And I think that just calls us to be more grateful for life, and to focus on what we have, Because I'm thinking right now it's storming, guys. There's people out there that don't have a roof over their heads. Never mind the phone that you have, the clothes that you're wearing. They don't have a roof over their heads. They don't have a place to call home. They don't have people to call family. They don't have friends to call family either, And I think just that alone should be something that we're grateful for. Even if you have a roof and you're struggling, you know what? Even if your fridge is not full, if it means you have a loaf of bread and you have nothing to put on their bread but butter, be grateful. Because there's people out there that are asking, standing at the robots asking for food or something to drink. They're freezing in this weather. So yeah, I just think that we should just be more grateful despite the challenges that God, puts in our path. And I also think that be mindful of when you ask God, God, please strengthen me. Please bless me with patience. All of those things, God is not going to give it to you overnight. He's going to put you in situations where those are the qualities that you end up developing, And I think people don't always think about that, is that God is going to put you in a situation to learn patience, to build your strength, to make you more resilient. So nothing is handed to you. And I really just think that with gratitude, you can take anything on and you can just persevere. And guys, like another lesson that God has really just been urging me to learn is that I need to learn to stand on my own 2 feet. Because a lot of times relying on other people has put me in situations that I just wish I never experienced, But I'm grateful for it as well, because like I said, it teaches me independence. It teaches me to really believe in myself, because I think for the longest time, I just didn't feel like I could ever make it, or to be even as close to where I am right now. I always had hope and I had faith, but sometimes it becomes discouraging, and if anybody out there is feeling like that, please trust and believe that it is around the corner. And I actually made a TikTok, I'll link it down below, on how I said, you can't expect God to open doors for you if you're keeping yourself locked in a room with stuff that are holding you back. It's never gonna open. Trust me, like sometimes we're stuck on staying in a room with a lesson and not something that's meant to like fulfill or like enrich our lives in any way. We're just stuck there because we're thinking that this is something that we need, or and we fool ourselves into believing that this is what we deserve, and sometimes it's not. And it can be something as small as the wrong relationship, the wrong job, being in the wrong group of friends, and sometimes it just takes you getting up and leaving that room to see that there are 5 other doors open for you, and if you pick the wrong door, all it takes is just to walk out that room again and go and find the door that's meant to open for you, because I can't emphasize enough, like for me to be where I am right now, it took me to close a very difficult door, that I was just fixated on for almost a year. And I'm glad that I closed that chapter. As bittersweet as it was, I had to. And I'm grateful for the doors that were open for me, because I kid you not, like every time, like I closed the main door, but now it's like I have this room open and there's still windows open, and every window represents a little bit of me still being attached to that room, and every time I go and I close a window, God opens another window in a different room for me, and yeah, It's so weird to be in this position in life. It's so weird. It's so new to me. And like I said, all I can really feel and say right now is that I'm grateful. And my heart is filled with gratitude over anything else. And I'll really just encourage you guys, if you know that one situation is a handbrake in your life, I promise you, if you just decide to just close it, put that handbrake down, you'll go places. Like, I know it sounds stupid and it's like it's not that easy. I know it's not that easy. And I think when people say these things, it puts on the impression that it's easy, and it's really not. It's going to take a lot of nights of crying and overthinking and anxiety, and just because sometimes we get too used, if we're being honest, we get too used to being in a situation for the sake of comfort. And I think the minute you come out of that comfort zone is when God will show you that this is why you had to. It's such a crazy thing. But I promise you, like, God has really just shown me, and I've never doubted his presence in my life. I will openly say that maybe I doubted his timing, and I'm now realizing that his timing was for a reason. And I think everybody has their own timing, and they will understand God's reasoning when their timing comes, because it is quite difficult. Especially when you're frustrated, you're like praying for a new job, you're praying for something different to come about, you're just praying to get out of a specific situation. But when God says it's your time, trust me, you'll know that it's your time. And that goes for anything in your life. I promise you, anything and everything. And it really is about your mindset. If you really believe that something is yours and you go for it without a doubt, you'll feel all the blessings that come with it. So yeah, it's so crazy. So yeah, this was not really much of an interesting video per se, but it's just a young check-in just to say what's up. And I hope you guys are all doing good, and just a reminder that God is good all the time, and just to be grateful. That's my sentiment to you guys for the week. It's just to be grateful. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna give you all some peace, some love, and I'm gonna sign out. Maybe the next video will be me on some adventures, who knows. But anyways, guys, love y'all so much, and God bless.